Good day, everyone. So I've been seeing for the past 2 weeks again news of a billionaire that has charges of sex trafficking. Now suddenly it's all over the news because it's a billionaire and he is connected to wealthy people, people that run your countries, people that make political decisions perhaps, people that determine your life. So it's very important that when you catch a billionaire with sex trafficking and that involves underage children for obviously molestation, rape, pedophilia, name all of it, where they find videos, photos, footages of all the children, all right? Specifically here it's children of age 14. And Jeffrey has islands, he has lots of places where he can accommodate other wealthy people with underage children for sexual entertainment. Now, for those reasons, Jeffrey is getting all the highlights, he's getting all the coverage, and actually it pops up on my YouTube quite often. I watched one Russia Today in America video, it's about 12 minutes on what's happening with this Jeffrey person. And then again I realized, here we go. It is an entertainment system. Why do I say that? It is diluting your holistic view of reality to have a narrow focus on what is apparently important because of points that we deem as important, like billionaire. You believe someone that's a billionaire is important. His actions is important. His decisions is important. And that billionaire is connected to politicians or other billionaires, and they are connected directly to your life, to your livelihood. But what people miss is that this is now, in the modern time, used as a distraction. Because while Jeffrey the billionaire is being prosecuted, what's going on in the rest of the world? While he's getting all the attention for sex trafficking and for underage sex trafficking and accommodating possibly other billionaires, politicians with this sex trafficking ring that he has, we miss the point of the holistic view of reality, and we start focusing on creating a certain agenda towards elite. This certain agenda makes us focus on the elite, which is a distraction. The elite themselves that you believe is the elite isn't the elite. If you do your research on destiny, you will find that there is 3,000 elite beings in this world that you do not know. They are not the Rockefellers, they are not the Illuminati, they are not the people you think that is the elite. The people that you think is the elite is nothing more than an entertainment system within the matrix that you are a slave within. And to make people's focus, the common man's focus, on what is the elite doing? Oh, sex trafficking, oh, scandals, oh, corruption, is a entertainment system for the true elite, which you will never know about. You won't see their faces, you won't hear their names, you don't know who they are. But that's the point, is there's a fake elite that is presented to the world as an entertainment system within the world that you live. And to try and focus on the elite and sorting out the elite and billionaires and politicians isn't gonna sort out anything. And what else than sex and money to distract people? I mean, that's what we're all obsessed about, is sex and money. So now we have to look at Another billionaire being exposed for sex trafficking. What are we missing? Every single day, every 27 seconds, there is a rape taking place in this world. And that's nothing to do with the elite, as you believe the elite. It's got nothing to do with this guy's sex trafficking ring. It's got to do with your common man, the man on the ground, and the woman on the ground. It is about realizing that if there's a rape every 27 seconds, it is the 7.7 billion people on this planet doing it. It's not a few elite. It's not the few billionaires that you know of. The most abuse that takes place is between families, between members, between people in their communities, neighbor upon neighbor. It's not the billionaires hurting you. When an uncle molests his niece or aunt, when a dad rapes his own daughter, or where a mom molests her own son, or when someone kidnaps a child and put them in a basement for 20 years, it's got nothing to do with the elite. If you go to countries of poverty, they don't need to kidnap or have sex trafficking rings. They have freedom in poverty to abuse as they want because there's no order. Like in societies and regions where people have order. So we have to look at why are we so focused on the rich and what they do. The only reason the rich need to have sex trafficking rings is because they cannot just freely do what they want the same way people in poverty do. Because if you go to true impoverished areas in this world, there's no police. No one gives two shits about people in poverty. So rape, murder is rampant. When you catch a serial killer, he's a serial killer because he has money and he's in a structured society where he needs to be sneaky, where he needs to find a hotel or a way to kill someone and rape and molest. But if you go to poor areas, those things happen on a daily basis. But they don't have to do it sneaky. Sure, they have to still hide themselves a little bit, but no one's going to go and investigate in a poor area about a guy that raped 50 women in the past, year or two. No one's going to report it either because of shame and regret. Did you know 91% of rapes is unreported in this world? Now you can't tell me that's the elite that does that amount of rapes every single fucking day. So your focus is deliberately redirected to hate the wrong people. Yes, they have to be exposed. Sure, this Jeffrey has to be stopped. He's doing something that shouldn't be done. And the children need to be saved. They need to be helped. That is a fact, regardless of who he is. But that also counts for the countless people that live in poverty, in India, in China, in Africa. You cannot blame the elite for the millions of rapes that happen daily. There isn't millions of elites. It's impossible. The majority of rape, molestation, kidnapping happens in your neighborhoods that you're not aware of, in impoverished areas. And that is all due to the money system that is in place because of poverty, education, malnutrition, people living in despair, people living without purpose, people living in a way where abuse is so easy. But we want to focus on Jeffrey Epstein, just because he's a billionaire, just because he's connected to important people. But no one focuses on the millions of poor people, poor children, that is molested and raped by their own communities. No one else. Just because they're poor. While this one guy gets more attention than anyone else will ever get that lives in a poor area where it's happening the most. So before you focus too much on Jeffrey and what's happening to Jeffrey, make sure you also focus on the whole world and look at everything at a holistic view. Do not get trapped by this new age entertainment system that the elite, the real elite, not the elite that you're believed who they are. The Illuminati is not the fucking elite. The Freemasons is not the elite. The Rockefellers and all these other people, they're not the elite. Yes, they're rich, but the true elite knows money is not the way to control the world. They understand levels of reality that not even the elite in this world has a glimpse of. That's how they can control you. That's how they can manipulate you. That's how they can even use the rich, because they know things that you don't know. They know the prison you're in to a high degree. So I hope that opens your mind to understand. You don't understand anything about this reality. If something like that gets your attention, if something like that becomes your focus, if something like that is what you see as how can I say? If you see billionaires being caught out or being imprisoned for sex trafficking or for war crimes, and you believe that is the world changing, then you're truly trapped and you do not understand this world yet. If you believe that there's exposure happening of the truth of this reality because of a billionaire being exposed for sex trafficking, you do not understand this reality yet. If you think that this is going to have any effect on this reality, then you don't understand this reality yet. And you do not understand the prison that you are within yet. So you need to see beyond these entertainment systems. Yes, give it attention, learn from it, but move on. Simple as that. Watch videos, documentaries of the brothels in India, in the poor areas, where girls of the age of 5, 6, 7 is raped up to 42 times a day by their own local people, paying $1, $2 to do that. That's fucking horrible. Go find out the truth of abuse in this world. Yes, Epstein might have trafficked 50 girls, but every single day, tens of thousands of people, men, women, are being raped, molested, abused by regular people, not a billionaire. So check that out. And be sure you don't keep falling for this shit. And make sure that you understand the true elite that does have an influence on this reality isn't a misplaced idea of elite. Don't put money onto who the elite is, because that's part of the illusion. Money. I'm not saying you shouldn't have money, I'm saying part of how much money you have is part of the illusion. Like a billionaire, that is the elite. No. Trump's a billionaire, he's not elite. Epstein is a billionaire, he's not the elite. All the billionaires you know aren't the elite. They are puppets of the real elite. That's why you know their names. That's why you know the groups. The true elite, you won't see them on a screen. They understand education. They understand the mind, the body. They understand how things function. And they have certain mechanisms in which they control this reality, which I'll share in my next video on what's going on in this world, so that you can see how you are actually being controlled, and it's not what you might think. So stay tuned. So open your holistic view. See reality as one thing, that there's no such thing as coincidence. Epstein isn't being revealed and exposed by coincidence. There's a deliberate active in that. Someone is doing that. Someone planned that. Someone moved reality with that for a very specific intention. So what's happening behind all of it? What other points are playing out? And what points has been playing out in a very consistent manner that no one gives attention, such as poverty, such as the system that guides poverty. That's how we go deeper. And that's how we even go into ourselves and see, who am I? Because as within, so without. So yes, the elite might do all these things, but they need your signature. They need your agreement on a daily basis in an unconscious state. As long as you're unconscious, you're giving permission. As long as you're unconscious, you are signing away life and saying, I'm just a slave. And then you fall for all their entertainment systems. Thank you.